going to do first is we have to color our border in. So what I like to do is kind of position this first before I glue it so that I can figure out where it needs to go. So I want to make sure all my edges are equal. Up and down is equal, side to side is equal, so that I put this right in the middle. If you need a friend's help for this part, please use your friend if you need them, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I like to take a pencil and just kind of trace this guy now in the middle, because we're actually not gonna glue him on yet, because I like to go around with the oil pastels first. Okay, so we have him traced, we're gonna take him off now. So now you're gonna go in with oil pastels, and really quickly, we're just gonna color in the area around that border. You can go a little bit outside of that outline you did. I'm gonna, now that I've gone in with the yellow, pick a color to blend next to that yellow. So using my color wheel, I'm gonna pick a color that's next to yellow. And I see green, so in some spots I'm gonna now go in and do some green. I can overlap those colors. And these are your analogous colors, which we've done before this year a couple of times, so we should be really good at this. And notice how I'm really going in. I don't see a lot of white behind my color. You want to make sure that we're taking our time to fill in the white areas nicely. Okay, so I have green. Now I have to see what's next to green. It's yellow, or we have the blue. So I may try to do that blue, and I'm just gonna blend it into my colors. Okay, and then if I'm looking at blue on the color wheel, I have a purple or green. So now I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of purple. All right, so I have my border done. As you can tell in the original, I chose some more colors, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go on top of these oil pastels with a dark color black. And what the black does is it creates a contrast. The black is the darkest oil pastel you will have in at your table. So the dark black against the really bright colors that we chose creates contrast. And that's when you have two different things that are very different. When you place them on top of one another, they really stick out. So that black is really going to stick out because it's so different from those light, bright colors. So I'm going to find a black in my tray, and then I'm going to do some patterns within my border. So think about what kind of patterns you have in your bug, because that's going to complement your bug nicely, and it's going to unify your border and the drawing of your bug. So in my bug, if I'm looking at it, I see I have a lot of these little loop-de-loop things. So maybe I want to go ahead in my border. And again, I want to push hard on that oil pastel. Okay, so while doing my loop-de-loops, I realized that these oil pastels, Sketcho, are not as good as the Crayola with drawing on top of oil pastels. So for the black, you might want to use a Crayola oil pastel because they do pop a little better. So I'm going to go just back over, and you'll tell the difference. And some of that is with art. Sometimes that's how supplies work. I can. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go in and now do one or two more lines. So in your pattern, I want you to have at least three different lines or shapes or patterns. So now that I've gone in and done the bumps, I might go in and I have some of these curved lines. So where can I fit some curved lines in? Maybe on the outside of that. Okay, I think my border looks pretty good. I'm now going to glue this guy on. So I'm going to flip him over so that I'm seeing the white part of the paper, and I'm going to add glue using a glue stick. So at your tables you should have trays of glue sticks. Alright, don't have the glue up too far, that's pretty good. I'm going to start by going around the edges, and I always tell classes the thing with the glue stick is this does not stay wet for long, it dries really fast. So I'm going to get my edges and then get the inside. And I want to cover it pretty good because this paper does struggle sometimes with sticking. And I want to be really fast with this step, okay? But gentle as well. You don't want to scratch your paper. Now I'm going to take this, put it back to where it was aligned. Press it on there. And after I get on there, if I have to go in, maybe like right here, I might trying to get that area, you can do that. Okay, so that's going to be it. Then you're going to want to make sure that you write your name on the back and your teacher code.